What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. So Chris Avellone has finally ended his sort of 1 year hiatus, it seems like it was. He's been dead silent since last year, around the time when he pretty much got dropped by every company he was working for. Now, we've already went over the whole Chris Avellone situation. He's put out some more in-depth analysis from his end, but in this video we're going to be sticking to the kind of Dying Light 2 end of it, the details he gave us there. Don't get me wrong, Chris Avellone has been extremely screwed over by these allegations and just unfairly judged from the jump. It's definitely good to see that he managed to bounce back after he was in just a very low state of mind. Anyways, going back to the Dying Light 2 details he gave, he says, "I still consider myself fortunate that I lasted longer than the other writers. There were a lot, some I never even got the chance to meet before they were gone. Even though I doubt anything I contributed still remains in the game, and I'm fine with that." Pretty much he's just coming out and saying probably none of the work he put in is going to be in the game. Now, if that's because maybe they just threw it all in the garbage bin, or maybe because he didn't have that much work to begin with. I mean, it doesn't sound like that, though. It sounds like he had a good amount of work put into the game. Like he said, he lasted longer than a lot of the other writers. I mean, it really goes to show people don't want to look at little details like this. I'm the only person you see out here giving little details like this. Once again, people love to ignore the sort of Dying Light 2 bad article that came out, like a few months ago now. As we can see here, Chris Avellone telling us many writers came and left. He never even got the chance to meet some before they were gone. And we know the narrative director who's working on the game right now has only been there since late 2020. As we know, Chris got thrown out around June 2020. And then one of the other writers who was left that was at Techland for like 20 years ended up leaving as well. So I guess it's just really what we're going to have to pay attention to and be worried about with this game is going to be the story. Of course, the choices as well definitely have to be worried that they might not be in depth as much as they say. But that's pretty much a worry with any game that's promising or trying to do what Dying Light 2 is doing. Mechanics-wise, we pretty much all know there's nothing much they can really screw up. Basically, they just have to build upon the first game, which it looks like they've done extremely well. Maybe they wrote up a kick-ass story within the last 6 months, or maybe they're still writing it. Who really, like, you never know. I mean, I'll admit to you first, I was wrong. I thought the story would have been done a long time ago. And that's what really has me worried, is because once you start adding story elements on so late into development, it becomes like you have to change other things to revolve around the story. A lot of things can just very easily change based off the story. So that's one of the very worrying things for me. Like I said, they can definitely pull it together in this last, what do they have, 6 months now? Something like that. But I think there should be no question in anyone's mind that if you're worrying about anything, it's going to be the story and choices. I'm not trying to be this sort of gloomy person who's saying this game's going to be the worst game ever. I make Dying Light 2 videos for a reason. I'm going to play the game and enjoy it. And it's like people just want to keep ignoring this stuff. But like we had the article where reports that the story was being stitched together after Powell, the last writer, left. It's kind of clear that was pretty much the case. Chris said many writers came and gone. He didn't even see a lot of them. Now it seems like with Piotr, the new guy, they have some sort of storyline thought out. And that's a whole nother conversation itself I've talked about, because this guy comes from a TV background. So who knows if this guy really has what it takes to make a very good video game story. I have to bring up these concerns when really no one else does. Especially since back in the day I did follow the Chris Avellone situation rather closely, so I thought maybe it was only fair to make a follow-up video. But that is going to be pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this sort of update on the Chris situation, as well as the little bit he actually told us about the game and the story. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more Dying Light 2 and other videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.